All right, we're going to bring back in Alex Hogan live outside the White House for the latest information.
They're going to go to you.
Hi, Tommy. So we just got some new information from the White House, according to the press office. They said shortly after 6 p.m., an individual approached the Secret Service checkpoint outside the White House. This is at 17th and Pennsylvania Avenue, so just one block behind me. You can still see that there's a large police presence here. This involves the FBI, Secret Service, and of course, D.C. police. So the White House telling us that there was a preliminary investigation at this point that indicates that an individual approached, he removed a weapon from his bag, and he began firing at police officers. Secret Service police officers then returned fire, striking that suspect, who was later transported to an area hospital where he later died. During the shooting, a bystander was also struck by gunfire. So the White House press team at this point telling us that it's really unclear if the bystander was struck by the suspect's initial gunfire or during the subsequent exchange of gunfire. So some big breaking news there from the White House. And also one thing that we're learning from the White House, there were no injuries to members of the Secret Service, any of the personnel there. The president, again, was at the White House. We were continuing to follow all of the latest developments in a lot of these high-stakes meetings that he held today with members, the leaders of many of the countries in the Middle East, as the White House continues trying to push forward this new deal with Iran, and more details of that will come out tomorrow. So all of this happening about an hour after we were told we wouldn't hear from the president again. We wouldn't hear anything from the White House. So the press team just releasing that statement. So that gives us a little bit more insight into exactly how all of this played out. Again, a large police perimeter around here, even though we have been told that the lockdown was lifted. All of these streets continue to remain to be blocked. The only people that I've been seeing coming and going are people in businesses, people in hotels. Again, this is a heavily trafficked area. So we have been seeing some people coming and going if they were already on this block. We know that some journalists were still at the White House when all of this took place. They have been told that they can leave through one of the exits. Where we're standing, however, again, no one's getting through where we are. We have been seeing some of these members of the Secret Service come and go, but not letting anyone pass this location here. So again, the breaking news there that the White House says that suspect who did open fire has died. Tommy.
Hey, Alex, it's Alicia, real quick. You were a war zone reporter before heading to D.C., and you were reporting from the same place we saw people who could hear ducking for cover from the shots. Do you feel safe there? We're running out of time here, but do you feel safe from where you're standing at the White House when you report?
Yes, As you mentioned, I've been in a lot of situations where I'm typically wearing body armor when I'm overseas. Very different situation. I do have to say that I do feel incredibly safe by the incredible men and women who protect this area every day. We see some of those faces behind us here. That being said, what I do for a living is not what the average civilian and citizen should be used to. Thankfully, we live in a country where that kind of violence is not normalized. That being said, the D.C. police, once again, telling people not to come near this area, even though they do believe that this threat has been neutralized. Alicia.
Alex Hogan, thank you so much.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.